What is going on, guys, and welcome to Dota Chronicles, and today's video is going to be about the offlane guide to Centaur. Now, this is a hero that isn't being played too much in the meta, and I think it's kind of a sleeper pick because this hero can put in so much work from the offlane given the right amount of space. Now, this hero is very reliable in terms of it doesn't have very bad matchups when it comes to the offlane. There are a few that are pretty toxic, like Vipers or Linas or even Lifestealer. In this gameplay, I went up against the Lifestealer. Normally, that's a pretty tough matchup. Ursa as well. Just these heroes that slow you down and can do a lot of physical damage. As you are a strength hero, you don't have a lot of armor going for you. But basically, the build on this hero is that you get pretty much every aura in the book. If their lineup is mixed or mainly physical or magical, you still go for the pipe. You get the Crimson, you turn into Wraith Pact, you can get a Sanyan Yasha or an Assault Cuirass. You can even get a heart if you're snowballing that heart. Now, normally you could get a blink for initiation if your team kind of lacks the initiation and just has no playmakers on the team and they're very static mid laners, or your carry doesn't initiate fights either. You can definitely get the blink. I just feel like this build is not as great, as you can provide for your team a lot better, as you can initiate with Stampede or disengage with Stampede if you use it correctly and not need the blink dagger. I feel like it's a lot more beneficial for you and the team if you are super hard to kill, or if it takes the enemy team a lot more resources to invest into you, and chances are they don't want to put too much effort into killing a Centaur, and that is where the beauty of this hero comes in, as Retaliate will bounce back a ton of damage. You can even go Blade Mail and return even more damage if they want to commit to you. You have a pretty decent stun in an AoE. It's not that big, but it's still a pretty decent stun. You can farm really quickly with Double Edge and Retaliate. You can cut waves really easily on this hero, especially with the amount of auras you have. It's really easy for you to show on the map and not get ganked unless they bring 4 or 5 heroes. Then you're pretty much dead, but you do have Stampede, so they gotta have some decent lockdown for you to die. Now, this hero does require quite a bit of farm. It's not the type of hero that can rotate 10 minutes in and create a ton of space from the offlane, but what it can do is essentially go toe-to-toe with a decent amount of carries in the meta right now and kind of piss them off and bully them out of lane just because he's so sustainable and Retaliate is so strong. You can max Retaliate and just farm, and as long as your team doesn't fully need you or they're not getting dove, you can always back them up with Stampede. You do have to play a little bit greedy on this offlaner, as it's not the quickest to come online, but I definitely recommend you guys to go for the aura build. You're going to provide your team with everything they need in order to just win the fights. You provide so much value on this hero, and once you are online, it is almost impossible to kill you unless they're just committing everything they have onto you, or they're playing big counter matchups where you're kind of screwed. Like when it comes to an Ursa, you definitely want to switch up the item build and not go for so many auras, and you can definitely go for the blink dagger and the halberd so you can get away from sticky situations against an Ursa. But those are pretty rare examples. Normally you're going to be able to engage on the backline and shut them down, as very few supports can deal with Centaur and address them accordingly. Normally this hero is just very strong. It's not being picked too much. Ursa is pretty strong this patch. Drow Ranger is also very strong, which is a pretty tough matchup for Centaur to deal with. But if they're not playing with these carries, let's say they're playing with a sniper carry or these non-Silver Edge buyers, you can definitely get away with picking Centaur in the offlane and feeling almost immortal if you end up getting the auras. Shiva's Guard is also really strong on this hero. It's very good. Any armor items essentially and auras are items that Centaur likes to build. The tankier he is, the more damage he can return in a team fight, and the more support you can provide for your team from the offlane. With your initiations or just being survivable, you can put in a ton of work. Definitely let me know what you guys think. If you guys play Centaur, what do you guys think about him in the meta? I think he's really strong being played against the right lineup if they're non-Silver Edge buyers, because Silver Edge does destroy this hero completely. It's very tough to deal with it. Basically, almost all strength heroes that are tanky definitely don't like to deal against Silver Edge buyers. You guys could definitely get a lot of value out of this hero, and it's actually kind of fun being super tanky and being able to go into the fight and not feeling so squishy like other offlaners are in the current meta. You definitely feel like a super beef tank, and you can do a lot of things with this hero. I definitely have a lot of fun. Some people say Centaur is kind of boring. I definitely have a lot of fun on this hero. There's a lot of things you can do, and the playstyle is really fun. It's similar to Axe in a way, except I don't go Blink Dagger on the hero, but it kind of serves the same purpose where you're just there to soak up as much damage as possible, buy the auras, and get your team in, or get them out as quickly as possible and get your team the win. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. A like would be much appreciated. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.